I'm gonna jump to the ceiling, okay? Typically when I go on a job site, I would do the ceilings first. Again, going back, anything that falls, we can scrape as we work our way from top to bottom. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way. That's the way I do it, and that's what works for me. Again, a 10-inch knife. We're gonna get that mud spread out. We're gonna start on the ceiling. Again, look where my hand is. My hand is low on the knife. My finger is low on the handle. I should say my hand was low on the handle. We're just dropping down. I'm never up here. I'm always down here, so I can control the knife better. Into the corner, the cap. You see that flex in that knife? That's what I'm gonna want you to do. I don't want you to keep it open. I want you to keep it flat. I want you to push and create a little bit of a bend in the knife. That's gonna help you from dropping the compound on your head, okay? And go. Okay? Now, I'm applying a lot of pressure. You obviously can't see, but I am applying a pressure. Referring to the fish eyes or the pock marks. I don't know if you could pick this up, Anthony, but this is what I was referring to. Fish eyes and pock marks in here. You see these little holes, okay? Different materials leave different finishes. Some of the materials will leave more pock marks than others. Do you have to identify which material? No, you could use them all. They're all gonna give you the same result, hopefully in the end, if you do the process correctly. But my job is to show you how to not have these pock marks, how to get those out, right? So I'm gonna show you, again, how we get those out. But first, we need to finish getting the compound on the seam, okay? Let's keep going. Let's keep going, right? I reversed my hand to go this way. I'm programmed to do it, right? Same as the wall. Compound on the knife, get into your corner, and now we're just flattening out what we put up there, making it nice and easy. Nice disbursement, full 10 inches. You can do it a couple of times. I don't mind that. You got nothing but time. It's your house. You're doing it for pride. You're doing it to learn. We're not piece working. We're not working by the square foot. We're not just throwing compound up there. Again, what I showed you on the seam on the wall, same idea. Look where my finger is. I'm low on the knife, and my fingers are gonna move. My finger is gonna move from the left to the right to the right to the left, okay? Always when cutting the edge, you point your knife into the seam. You don't spread it out on the second coat. The third coat is a different story. Remember again, the process here is to go wider, to go wider, to go wider. Feather it out. That's how you blend that seam into the wall and make it smooth and flat. So watch me turn my knife, okay? Cut that corner, cut that edge, my bad. It's starting to dry a little bit, which is okay. I don't mind that. Typically, I would run right through this, but we're taking the time to explain. Same thing on this side, right? Finger, this side, left side. Cut in. Okay? Repetition, right? Repetition. Same as the wall seam. We're gonna clean this up in here. We're gonna get our knife in there. We don't wanna leave any compound in there. If we do, when it dries, we'll just scrape it out. It's just more work, but be aware. And now again, we're gonna keep that knife slightly flat. And let me just emphasize this. If I keep my knife like that, and I push here, and my hand is low on the handle, right? I'm creating a bend in the knife. This knife is gonna bend. That's what we want. We want that flex in the knife. Applying pressure, hand low, finger low, is going to do that, okay? See what my hand is? Low, and we continue applying pressure, and we go. There's no pock marks in here, and I will say, again, some materials leave pock marks, some don't. Some leave more, some leave less. I don't know why they're there. Maybe it's a chemical thing, maybe it's an engineer thing, who knows? All I know is that what we need to do is when we do see them, we gotta know how to get them out, right? And why do we get them out? And I explained that earlier. We wanna get them out because when you sand, they're filled with dust, and then the third coat is not gonna adhere to the second coat. It's gonna grab the dust that are in the pock marks. The best method that I have found to get the pock marks out, no matter what material you're using, is on your last wipe, you're gonna wanna get really low on your handle, get your finger just to the base of the blade. You're gonna flatten your knife out as much as you possibly can and literally just drag your knife over that seam, and that's gonna eliminate your pock marks. No pressure. The more pressure you put, the pock marks are gonna reappear. Maybe we're going into too much detail on the pock marks, I'm not sure, but I know it was something that came up constantly. What do you do about the pock marks? What do you do about the pock marks? So we're trying to address that as best as we can.